Hello. So we have Hannah.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
So, Hannah, remind me, are you a clinical psychologist by background?
Yes, I
Yeah.
am a clinical psychologist by background. Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
So
Awesome. Yeah, I thought so. I thought we had similarities, right? So, brilliant, great stuff. So, thank you for offering to talk about your journey on what it's been like to take a step forward and discover a new way to set up your own health or wellness practice and business online, and really be able to help others, right? And you know, what I would love is to just have this conversation about what it was like in exploring what you wanted to do, what the impact is you wanted to have in the world, and taking a step forward to boldly, courageously create what needs to be created to help that journey come to light, right? So, what was that like, right? Where were you when we first found each other?
right, when we first found each other, yeah. So I first found you probably the end of last year. So I was coming to the end of my job in the NHS. I had decided that my time in the NHS had come to an end and that I wanted something different, and that I needed something that was more flexible for my family. As a family, we'd been through lots of difficulties and I just needed to be more available for my kids, wanted to create a different life for them. And I saw your advert on Facebook and I was like, that resonates. That's what that I think I need to listen to that webinar. I think I then listened to it before Christmas and I was like, right, I need to focus on finishing the NHS work, and then as soon as I finish that, new year, let's go with it, let's run with it. So I did that again, and yeah, so I was right at the beginning of setting up something new. I've always wanted to do something with training. I wanted to explore, my background is learning disabilities and I really wanted to do more in that area, and not just be the firefighting that we have been doing in the NHS of just dealing with little bits without actually looking at the whole. And so that was where I was at when I met you. And it was like, I want to create something that's going to transform people, that's going to transform services. I want to do something different. I want to reach as many people as possible. How do I do that?
Yes, absolutely. I remember our initial conversations because it was really like this fuel and desire to really be doing something bigger, and that calling to do something bigger. And those initial conversations of exploring that love and desire to have impact in the care home services, and within services as well, and service development, in a real valued-based way, right? And making that difference there. And so at the beginning, you hadn't started anything. I don't think you had a website or anything like that.
No, I had nothing. No. Yeah. So I'd been doing some private practice, for doing some expert witness work, which was sort of separate, was different to what I was wanting to achieve. But it was good because it provided me with an income in the NHS. And it was like, right, I've got some space in order to create something new.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't have a website. I had no ideas about online calendars, particularly.
Yeah.
And I had no ideas. I had no idea about going, bookable calendars or
the whole online thing.
Marketing or, I was like, I don't know.
So where do you feel you were mindset wise at the beginning of the journey?
I guess I was struggling a bit at the beginning. I felt that I wanted to take a step. I wanted to do something different. And I thought that maybe I had something to offer. but I wasn't 100% certain that I could do it. I guess I didn't have a huge amount of belief in myself. I felt that actually a lot of that had been knocked out of me within the NHS and within my roles there, that actually I didn't believe in myself much. I didn't think of myself as a someone who could make a big difference. And yet I really wanted to. I wanted to be someone that was making a difference, but I didn't feel that I was, or that I could. So I really wanted to do, it's quite difficult to think back to where I was at back then. I feel like I'm quite a different person now over the process, and I feel like last year was like I can hardly recognize that person.
Absolutely, I totally agree. Like, the transformation that's taken place has been phenomenal. Like, how would you describe your mindset as different now, and like what has happened along the way in terms of like those mindset shifts that you've allowed yourself to kind of be different now? Like,
I guess one of the big shifts is allowing things in. So being open to opportunities, being open to abundance, to things coming my way, to, you know, exciting things happening, you know, opening your inbox and expecting there to be another exciting email or whatever. There will still be ideas about I'm not enough, but I will work with that, and I work alongside that, and it's like, okay, we'll just recognize those, but we're going to carry on. This is my vision, and because this is my vision, this is what I'm going to go with. And I think that having that vision, that drive, keeps your mindset going, keeps you open to every opportunity. So my mindset is that this is what I'm called to do, and so I'm going to do it, and I will get over these hassles, or I will get over these, you know, technology complications or whatever, and I will get there, and I will find a way to do it. And that's not just actually within the work setting, but I'm seeing that in my family life as well. So that I'm seeing that opportunities are there for my children, and I'm a lone parent, and where I thought, oh well, I can't manage all the clubs, and I can't you know, my kids are now doing different clubs, and I'm timetabling that in, and I'm managing that alongside my work. And it's very much about balancing. I've had many years of saying I'm juggling, and I'm no longer prepared to juggle. I want to balance time for me, time for my kids, time for my friends, time for my business. And
absolutely. And stepping into that, right? You've really allowed yourself to step into that, because you've created so much, right? Because, you know, tangibly now you have your brand, you've got your website, you've got social media presence, you created your transformational experience and that offer that you have to be able to help care homes. But alongside of that, you've also had like magical opportunities, business opportunities coming your way. And also alongside of that, you have not compromised in terms of living life and enjoying life, and probably claimed that more. I've seen as well in like creating those opportunities and being like, life is now.
It isn't about I'm going to do this and then I will. It's like, right, I've got a bucket list and I'm ticking them off now. You know, it's like, what can I do now? How can I get that sorted now? You know, whether that be, it's about finding something every week that you can be doing that you're enjoying, and enjoying time with the family, giving my kids the experiences I want them to have, and creating those shared memories together.
Yeah.
Whether that just be a simple walk in the park together, or a picnic on a Sunday afternoon, which has become a bit of a tradition for us, or just like, okay, let's create new traditions and mini breaks and holidays with my daughter, and just grasping everything that I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How has the process helped with that? Like being able to shift from being at a place of like really a year where you felt like lost and what next and can I really move forward, and to now being in a place where you're starting to see the confidence come back and really owning your life and your business. How has the process helped with that?
So the process, I guess, the thing that has probably made the biggest difference is tuning in on Wednesday to the Mindset Mastery and learning lots of techniques around, and practicing lots of techniques around visualization, around thinking through your mindset, challenging where you are at and how you're going. The fact that the process sort of goes along and that you have time to pause and reflect and look at how far I've come already really, really helps. I think the beginning of the process where we've really grounded ourselves within our vision, grounding myself in that vision and revisiting that and revisiting it and revisiting it helps keep your momentum, helps keep you going when things are maybe a little bit harder. It's really helpful that you've got the community around you, that's been really helpful. So when you're not having quite so good a day, you can just reach out and go, oh, not great. Anybody else know how to do this? Or anybody else struggled with this bit of marketing or ads, or and people can come back with suggestions, which has been really, really helpful. And then, well, it just feels like the whole process is geared up to helping you shift your mindset.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So as a program, as a course, it has been, I think the mindset bit has been the big bit, and then you learn a bit about sorting out setting up your program alongside. That's sort of like a secondary bit. Sorry, it sounds really bad.
No, but it's real, right? It's absolutely real, because and that's what I kind of try and explain to people, of like, the building the business part is kind of the easy part. Right? We can tell you,
I could,
in
that some of those bits you could sit and go through hours of YouTube. It wouldn't be a great way of use of your time, which actually I think I now value my time far more. I value what I do and what I put in my time. But actually I could do that and I would still not be anywhere near where I'm at with the business, because without that mindset support, without that idea about believing in me, believing in my vision and what I've got to offer, and believing in the value of my time.
Yes, absolutely. Huge. Because that just shifts everything, right? And that mindset component is huge, right? In terms of the confidence that is developed as you build the business is required to have the business and to have the life that people want, right? What was it about you making the decision to hire me, right, to come into this process? What was why did you choose this particular journey? If you can remember that.
If I can remember. Well, I think it felt like there was going to be all that support alongside you, and that actually I was going to be led step by step into creating this business. I think I felt a connection with you, which was great. I felt that you really wanted to listen to what I wanted to do, and you were there 100% behind me, cheering me along, which is, well, I will be forever grateful for. You know, it is so helpful. I think the other thing was learning these ideas and learning about setting up within the e-learning business and the e-learning global market from another psychologist was really helpful as well, because it was it felt like I wasn't just going to somebody who didn't know my field.
Yes, yeah.
That actually it was someone who understood where I was coming from and what I wanted to achieve, and could then bring on board through other members of the team as well, the marketing advice and the advice around building this business.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because it is a huge leap, right? To make that initial first decision of like, okay, I guess we're doing this, right? You know, like we're going to do this. It's a huge leap, emotionally, financially, strategically, you know, personally, professionally, right? And so I guess looking back now, like you've gone on the journey and like you can look back retrospectively, but in your opinion, why would that then a good investment of your time, energy, money, resource?
I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do it alone, that I was going to need support, supervision. I was going to need that help, because I was starting from scratch. I didn't know how to set up a website. I didn't know how to consider advertising on social media, or how to go about creating a transformational program for the e-learning market. I knew very, very little about it all. I knew it was something I wanted to do, but I hadn't done any of the research. So it was like, right, this feels like everything's all in one, this one package together that's really helpful for me. But that it was more than just learning about the business. It was about growing myself.
Yeah.
So it was that personal development alongside it. So it was developing me into a CEO, which I wasn't expecting initially. That was quite a big step actually, to change from I'm a psychologist to I'm a CEO who also happens to be a psychologist.
Yeah.
That actually I'm running this business and it's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that was a huge, and I remember as well, like when you first went visible, like in terms of like, this is what I'm doing, guys, right, to you. I think like the reaction was so positive, and you had so many people and conversations like quite quickly, right?
Yes. I know certainly when I started asking for people to do some market research, I had, I was absolutely overwhelmed within about 5 minutes of 5-10 minutes, people offering and contacting friends and things that were sort of warm contacts, if you like. So people that I could talk to about my offer and what I was, how I may, well, not necessarily talk about my offer, but talk about how they were feeling, what they were experiencing within the industry. But there were an awful lot of people that were out there that really want me to do this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it was like a clear sign, right, of like, being able to be out there, because there was a lot of mindset stuff that to get to that point, but
pressing that button was hard.
Yeah, you got there, and you like really have started to see that, and the more and more you've gone on your journey, I know there's other even service development that you've been doing, like within schools, and it's kind of gone a bit wider than you even imagined as well, right?
Yeah.
So good, so good. You know, I really am celebrating you because you've had breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. Like, you know, you and everyone in the process, like, I just get goosebumps all the time. I'm just like, wow, and so grateful and honored that you chose me to be a part of your journey. So I'm grateful for that as well. If there's somebody that is watching or listening to this in the future and they recognize within them that they could do so much more, but maybe their confidence as well has been knocked for whatever reasons, or they have no idea what even URL is, or you know what I mean, or marketing, huh? Like, what I guess, what would you share with them, or what advice would you share with them about moving forward with executing a vision that is within them?
I guess there's various things that actually you don't, unless you try it, you don't know whether it's going to work or not. So you can sit there and think, oh, I've got this idea, but I don't think I could do it. But maybe I could. Unless you actually try, you never will know whether you could or not. Which sounds a bit flat, I guess, but actually it's the resources are there. The resources are out there. And if you have got that idea, if you've got that vision, if you've got that passion and that mission, that idea that you want to do, that difference that you want to make, then it's possible.
Yeah.
And with the right support, things are possible.
Yeah.
I strongly believe that people can be empowered to do so much. That we think of ourselves as far too small. That we think of our reach and our you always talk about our ripple of impact as far too small, but actually our ripple of impact can be huge. And it can be, and everybody's impact can be like that. And I think if we are given a thought or an idea, then go with it. Go with it. Test it, try it out. Yes, it might need tweaking. You know, when I look at some of the earlier versions of things that I was starting to prepare as part of this program, it's very different now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure 6 months down the line, things will look quite different again. But we're on a journey, and you're not going to have every answer to begin with. And if you take action, then clarity comes.
Yes.
You know, that actually you get that answer as you carry on, as you move, as you take those steps. And you might not be able to see, you know, I can't see the top of whatever journey I'm on, but I know that I'm on a journey. And those steps are there.
Absolutely. Like, love that share, really, because you know, it made me even remember as well, because you wasn't even certain on your idea, really. You knew you had a love and desire for care homes and learning disabilities, and there was also like other things that you've been doing, an expert witness, and it was like, what could I do? Where could I take this? But allowing yourself to even start being supported to explore that is what's enabled like this domino effect of breakthrough after breakthrough, of greatness after greatness. And to allow yourself to just receive so much more, so much more, and given so much more, you know. There's been so much. I could chat all day. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, you're really doing some amazing work out there. Really are, right? And thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to share your experiences and your journey about stepping boldly forward on your path of greatness. And there's so much more coming for you, which I know you know. All right. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.